before. So when did we shoot the first series? 2012.
2012, yeah.
I remember we had a cup of tea and it was lovely. And then just afterwards, Cillian texted and said, "Remember, I'm an actor." In other words, the person you just met isn't Tommy Shelby. The person I will become is Tommy Shelby. And that's exactly what happened.
Interviews. No, it's true, because I wasn't, I think, obvious casting for the part, you know, and they're tricky, you know, those sort of interview / audition meetings. They're kind of, because you know, you're never going to be able to demonstrate that you can do it, and I love the script so much, but it was a bit of a leap. So I just wanted to kind of reinforce to them that, you know, I will work really hard on this, and I'll
Did you? So I'm trying to get. I don't understand these meetings. So did you come out of the meeting going, "Oh, have I messed it? Have I messed it up?"
He had the job already. That's the thing, because I was so in awe of him anyway that I just thought, well, he's going to do. It'll be great if he does it.
But you didn't know that.
I didn't, and I think, you know, I really like the idea of a challenge and the sort of transformative nature of acting, and so I kind of was trying to just, reassure them.
It's changed. Time has passed. Can you do, for those people who are fans of the show, can you help us with a contrasting the character we see in the movie with the first encounter, as in when we first met your character?
When we meet him, he's just come back from World War I, and it's a miracle that he survived. He's back. He's this decorated soldier, and I think, you know, we hear from other characters that before the war he had, you know, he laughed a lot. He wanted to work with horses. He was a completely different character. When we meet him, he's broken emotionally, and then when we meet him at the beginning of the Second World War, he's retreated, I guess, from society. He's on his own, rattling around in this big house, and all these demons and ghosts and the consequences of his deeds come rushing back in, and he's trying to, basically, it feels he's writing a book. And it's like a form of like auto-therapy, I think he's going through, and trying to put all these thoughts down. And then the world draws him back in, and ultimately his son. Not
for the first time. Are you individually, personally comfortable on a horse? Is that your territory?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You look like you are, well, but you're an actor, so yeah. Are you not a good horseman? No, I mean, it's not a passion of mine. You know, you get up and you pretend like you're good at it. But the horses are incredibly well trained, and they actually respond to like action and cut. You have to be careful around them not to say action too quickly, because off they'll go. You know what I mean? So did you learn in the role, or? Yeah, I did a lot of training before the first series, and then I'd kind of do little refresher courses along the way. But like, we have amazing stunt guys that come in and do that, make me look cool, you know. But
I have to say, there is a scene which you'll see in the film where Tommy Shelby confronts a rearing stallion, and it's for real, and it's not a stuntman, it's you. Yeah. And the fact that you stand there like that, I mean, I know a bit about horses, that is quite incredible. Do you want to do the description for us? There's an amazing sequence, and it's brilliantly written, and it happens in this mortuary, but there's all these horses around, and there's gunfire going off, so all the horses get spooked, and then we have these amazing horse wranglers, but they wanted the horse to, like a proper huge stallion, to rear up and then come down, and then Tommy speaks to him and calms him down. So we did it all for real, but he got pretty close. Very close. Yeah, so you were like a horse whisperer. Is that the idea that you? Yeah, that's part of the character. Yeah, he you know, in a classic way, from someone who's disconnected from human beings, he can speak to or trust animals, you know. And anyway, we did the sequence, and their presence was pretty bloody powerful. But we got it on camera. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. One take? No, that was a few takes. Yeah. Horse's fault. I was fine. He was good. Can I ask you about, because we're talking about the movies, you're involved in doing up a very small movie house in Dingle, is that right? That's correct, yeah. I'm always curious about asking people involved in this industry their recollection, first big movie experience, as in going to the cinema. Yeah. Can you remember an occasion? Oh, for me, I'm like a child of the 80s, so it would have been, I remember seeing like Empire Strikes Back in the cinema. I remember seeing Gremlins in the cinema. I remember being so terrified by Gremlins that I pretended to drop my popcorn so that I could hide behind the seats in front of me.
and I just kind of fell in love with it then, you know.
I know it's a cliche question, but when you were going to a movie as a child, were you thinking one day that'll be me?
No. I had no interest in acting till I was 20. I was playing music, that's what I wanted to do. And it kind of it moved into theatre then. That's what happened.
And Stephen, if I take a picture of you as, I don't know, 6, 7 years old going to a movie, what would it be?
The only time I went to the cinema was with my dad to a Western. So we used to go to John Wayne films, John Wayne Westerns, which, when you look at them back, ain't bad. I mean, The Searchers is an absolutely classic film, and I think we went to see that at the cinema, I think.
The voiceover kind of artist.
Yeah.
Do voiceover material before? Have you done that work before?
Well, I am available for, I will heartily endorse this or that product for a
Have
reasonable fee.
the offers been flying in since the Taylor Swift thing? Cast.
It couldn't be better. That's the thing. I think we have got the cream of it. And what's happened with PEAKY is partly, maybe mostly because we've got Cillian leading the line. But then when we approach pretty much anybody, they say yes. And that's true of actors, music, everything, because PEAKY has an effect, which is great.
I would say that, you know, if you write great parts, you get great actors. And I think that's the proof is in the pudding with this film, you know.
For the record, I should say that Stephen Knight is writing the new Bond film. He is the writer of the Bond film. And